Hey friends, Becky here from Inside the Square. Shout out to the 3 people who showed up early with me. That is awesome. You can see a little icon for you, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to be starting in about 5 minutes. I just want to do a quick check. I think you can see my face because I can see my face. Let me know in the comments. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I have my fantastic, very colorful microphone. Should be working right now. Yeah, I will check back in a couple minutes. Very excited to jump into all of this with you. See you in a few. Hey everyone, Becky here from inside the square. I'm down in like the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Should be able to see my face. I got a new light in my studio behind me. There we go. Awesome. I'm ready to kickstart this workshop with you. I'm so happy you're here. I'm using a new streaming platform, so I'm just going to do a little work here to show you this. I just got a great comment in the comment section from Elisa, who's very excited about this. She just signed up for Flodesk yesterday. So this is some perfect timing. I'm stoked that you're here ready to learn. I love it. All right. So as I'm going through this presentation, I want to make sure you get the most value out of this. I've got a PowerPoint to share. I've got a PDF to share. I have some examples. We're going to hop into Flodesk so I can show you how to set all this stuff up yourself. But the number one thing I want you to do is comment if you have any questions. This workshop is here to help you understand how to make the most of this amazing program that I've started using that I'm head over heels in love with. So feel free to ask me anything. I've got content to go through, but I'll keep an eye on that chat and I'll definitely set aside some time at the end. Even if I go over the hour, I'll make sure I answer your questions. So if you have to hop off, come back and check the replay, we'll be good to go. And if you're watching on the replay, awesome, glad you made it. I've got a lot of fun stuff to share. All right, hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. Give me a thumbs up in the comment there. Hey, Jake, glad you made it. Fantastic. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and share my other screen so we can see what's going on here. Perfect. Let's talk about building a simple sales funnel with Flodesk. Now, I've got some slides prepared, but I do want to warn you, I make spelling errors a lot. I tried really hard to triple check this one, but if you see a spelling error, bear with me, okay? All right, let's get started. I should also mention Flodesk has sponsored this video. They love the content that I created and they want to be a part of our community. So they asked me to do this presentation, or, well, I volunteered and they said, heck yeah, let's do it. So I need to disclose that right out of the gate. I also want to mention, as with all of my tutorials, the accuracy of this information is subject to change. Software programs are always updating their content, and Flodesk is one of them. So at the time of this recording, this stuff is accurate. But if you're watching this replay a few years down the line, some things about the program might have changed, okay? All right, let's get into it. Simple sales funnel. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some creative opt-in ideas for any business. It can be kind of tricky, and I have some pointers to help you. Then we're going to get into fun stuff of creating a simple sales funnel using Flodesk. And then the extra fun stuff, how to access and use the templates that I made for you. I have 4 email templates and the landing page template that I created in Flodesk that I can share with you, and I'll teach you how to use those right here in this workshop. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Again, use the chat to ask me anything. Love to throw that on the slide. All right, so why the heck am I, the queen of Squarespace, talking about Flodesk? While Squarespace is the #1 platform that I use for my website content, Flodesk has definitely grabbed my attention over the last year or so with the developments that they've made. Their email marketing platform, it's amazing. It's easy to use, in my opinion. I find their interface very user-friendly. It's also incredibly affordable. Unlike a lot of other platforms out there, they don't charge you based on the number of subscribers. They charge you to use their program, but if your list grows, which is kind of the point of having email marketing, they're not going to charge you more. And I just love that from an ethics standpoint. I think that's really cool. They also have a lot of advanced features. Squarespace campaigns can do a lot of amazing things, and their email marketing platform is great to get you started. But I outgrew it in my business. Now they're making developments and changes to campaigns. I'm sure there's some in the future that we don't even know about yet. But at the time of recording this, the features that I need for the level of business that I operate, the automation that I'm doing, Flodesk was the answer. And lucky for me, it works perfectly with Squarespace. So that's why I'm talking about a program I don't normally chat about. All right, so what does this sales funnel look like? Let's just get right into it. Here's an example of a very simple sales funnel. Now, you'll hear from all kinds of experts around the internet that have different things or different opinions about what goes into the sales funnel and where. There are definitely spots to put in testimonials. There are spots to put in features. It's going to change based on what you're offering. Are you offering a course? Are you offering a guide? It's going to be different. But this is the core sales funnel simplified right here. It starts with that free offer, what information they want. Then it goes into that welcome email. They're like, hey, here's the thing you asked for, and maybe a little intro about you. Then there's that second email that you can send them saying, hey, did you like the thing? Maybe share something else you created that they can find joy in as well. The third email is where you can say, all right, you liked the thing. Check out this thing you can buy. And then hopefully they make a purchase. And then there's the fourth email, which is just as important as the first one. Thank them for the purchase. I think that customer connection is such an important step that a lot of people skip. Now, I made a little note on the side here that says you will lose people along the way, and that's okay. That's why this is a funnel. The amount of people that are interested in your free offer is not going to be the same amount of people that actually purchase your offer. That's just the nature of marketing. That's the nature of business. So this is a funnel. The most amount of people will be up there at the free offer. And some of those people who sign up for it, they might not even open the welcome email. That happens all the time. Rest assured, unsubscribes are normal. People will work their way through your funnel if they're interested in what you're offering, but it's not going to be everybody, and that's okay. All right, let's keep going. It all starts with the irresistible opt-in. An opt-in is something you're going to give them in exchange for their email address. Now, I'm sure pretty much all of us, at least everyone watching this webinar, has interacted with some website that gave them an opt-in. Maybe it was a 15% off coupon for an order or free shipping, or maybe you signed up for one of my free guides that I have all over my website. Those are opt-in offers. There are a lot of different things that you can offer someone as an opt-in. They don't all have to be PDFs. Now, I put a few on this next slide to kind of give you an idea of what you could create for this free offer. A guide is a great free offer to explain a concept. An ebook, that's a great offer to convey information, more information that you would necessarily want to like define or really get into the details about. That could be an ebook, something that conveys information about a subject. A challenge can help people reach a goal. A checklist keeps them organized. A mini course can teach them a basic skill. A webinar, that's actionable education. That's what we're doing right here. I'm going to give you information. You're going to take action. Those are just a few examples. Now, I have a guide that I made for a podcast episode of mine, like literally months ago, 17 digital product ideas for any business. I've got this free guide and I'll put a link to it inside the description of this video so you can check it out. But I've got a lot of different details here about what type of content you can offer for free. Lots of different content ideas, 17 to be specific. So I'll definitely throw that in there. But I wanted to highlight these top 6 to let you know that the idea of creating an opt-in isn't just, let me make an ebook. You need to make the right opt-in that's going to give the right style of content. Teaching a concept, actionable education, organization for your ideal client. There are a lot of different ways that you can share information with someone in a free opt-in offer. Now, it's also very important to make sure it's related to what you're going to sell. Here are 2 examples from my own business. I have a freebie that are the 5 codes I use on every Squarespace website I build, my 5 core CSS codes that I use in literally every design. And that takes people through the sales funnel that promotes my personal code collection. I also have a training about how to create a blog in a Squarespace website. And that promotes people to my website workbook offer. That's a workbook that's going to help them stay organized with all the content they're creating for their new blog. These opt-ins are related to the offer, and I think that's really, really important. All right, so we talked about the offer. We talked about creating this opt-in. We need to offer this as a digital download. You can offer it as a link. Maybe you share it from your Google Drive. Maybe you have a private page on your website, and when someone opts in, they're redirected to that page. There are plenty of different ways to share this opt-in offer, and you can get really creative here. But setting this up in Flodesk is what I want to get into with you. We've got this 4-step process for setting up this opt-in and taking them through that sales funnel. Are you ready for this? I realize I'm talking really fast. I have a Post-it note in front of me that says slow down, and I wasn't reading it. All right, I'm going to take a sip of water, and we're going to get into this 4-step process, okay? Okay, let me know in the comments if you have an opt-in offer for your business. I'm very interested in who's created one and who's inspired to create one. Let me know in the comments if you're following along right now. Now, for this 4-step process of setting up the sales funnel to start from opt-in and go all the way to offer, we need to create our form in Flodesk. That's where someone enters the email address. We need to create the checkout experience. You can sell directly from Flodesk. That's what I do with all of my digital products now, and it has been a game changer. I love the automation. Then you can create your sales sequence. Those are those emails that we looked at in that first funnel. Then the thank you automation. That's the last email. I'm going to show you how to set all of this up in Flodesk by showing my Flodesk account to you right here in this workshop. But starting with this form, creating this form, I already did it for you. Now in Flodesk, you technically have 3 options. You can create an inline form that you can add to a website with a block of code. You can create a pop-up form, kind of the same process. It's a block of code, but it'll pop up with a certain trigger on your website. Or you can create an entire landing page. And that's what I made for you. Now I have this guide available at insidethesquare.co/Flodesk live. I'm going to go ahead and, where did I put it? Here it is. I'll pop this into the chat so you can check that out. This here is a landing page that I've created inside Flodesk. This landing page asks for first name and email address and then directs people to the guide. Now, this is the guide that you're going to get right here. And if you click on this, this will open up the template. So you can literally copy, where it is, this exact template right here. It'll have the image on the left, the content on the right, even the disclaimer there. This is not legal advice. Always update your own disclaimer. But this right here was made in Flodesk, and I made this as a template for you. So this part's done. Grab that guide, and you'll find it on the very second page where it says landing page template. So you've got that set up in Flodesk. Again, change the text, change the image, and then we're going to be creating some content inside Flodesk. It's also important. I'll walk you through all this stuff. I don't know why I put so many bullet points on there. Let's talk about the next step, creating your checkout experience. The reason that I want you to do this before we make that sales sequence and before we make that automation is that your check-in or your checkout experience will have a URL that we're going to want to reference in your emails. So I want you to do that as your next step. So you're going to get this guide right here. You're going to go to this landing page. You're going to get this guide. You're going to click here for this landing page template. You're going to have that template, and then we're going to make a checkout experience inside Flodesk. They have a bunch of templates that are great, and I'm going to show you one of my favorites. Let's actually hop into Flodesk really quick. Here we go. We'll go to checkouts and we'll click new checkout. This is how we can create a checkout in Flodesk. And if we click on digital product, here it is. This one is my favorite. This one has all kinds of amazing stuff in here. You select view details and it'll show you this full template so we can check it out. We can add some information here and have a call to action right at the beginning. Additional details here. Add your own content. This is super customizable. In fact, I'm going to show you here what this looks like from my latest workshop that I did. That isn't going to refresh. I'll show you that later. So when we're taking a look at this specific page, you can update all of this content for your own checkout experience. Let me go back to the templates here. Here's where you'll find all of those listed in Flodesk. And if we go back to my Flodesk account, let me show you here. This is that exact same template and how I updated it for my own content. This is for my tablet view workshop. It's super easy to click in, start editing text, change fonts and everything. This is that exact template we were just looking at in Flodesk, and this is what it looks like for my tablet workshop. So as you can see here, it's very customizable and super fun to create. But here's why I want you to do that next. During that checkout experience, there are two important setup options that you need to pay attention to. We have an opt-in message. That's where people need to confirm that you can send them emails. So I want you to update that. And then a product segment. We want to make sure that anyone who makes a purchase from that page gets added to a brand new segment. Now, the segment is kind of like a tag or a label that's on that email that says these people purchased that thing through the checkout experience. Having a unique segment for your individual product is super important because we're going to send them a custom thank you message about that product. So make sure you add a product segment. And then the other part I wanted to mention here was during the actual checkout process under the advanced section, you can customize that link. You can make that link say anything you want it to say. So my Flodesk URL is insidethesquare.co.myflodesk.com. Here I'll show you inside the template here. When we take a look at the setup and we click on advanced, you'll see this is my URL and this is my custom checkout link. We need to set this up first so we can use this checkout link in our emails. Okay? All right. And again, I wrote all of this down for you. This is all in your guide. So don't worry if I'm going too fast here. You're going to be able to pick this up and build it yourself. I'm very confident of that. All right. So you've got your checkout experience. We're on to the next step, creating your sales sequence. And here I did some work for you again. I made you some templates. I made you 4 different email templates in Flodesk, and all of them have filler text that will inspire you for what you need to write for each one of those emails. Inside your freebie, you're going to find them here. I'm going to show you how to use these in Flodesk. Okay. So here we are in Flodesk, and let's say someone filled out this particular form right here. You know what? We're going to set up the flow for you filling out this form right here. Clicking on my Flodesk template workflow, this is where we're going to add all of those emails. I'm going to add the trigger, and the trigger is that a subscriber has been added to a segment. The segment is Flodesk templates, and I can see one of you already signed up as I'm talking. So that's pretty cool. That's you right there, and you're going to get this next email that we create. So now I've done the first step in this workflow. I said, okay, someone signed up. Thinking back to our sales funnel, they signed up. So the next step is to send them that welcome email. I'm going to click this plus sign, and I'm going to say send them an email as the next step. Now I can create a new email, and when you do this, you'll be able to see the templates that I've added here inside your freebie. Let's go ahead and click on this one right here. This is the welcome email template. This is what it's going to look like, and we're going to add this to our sequence. So because I made this template myself, I'm going to find it in a slightly different spot. I'm just going to click on my favorites, and we'll find it right here. All right. So we've added this template, and we're going to customize it. This is email 1. I labeled it for you. This block of text is at the top of all of these email templates, and it tells you what you should update in here. But as you scroll down here, this first section is where we're going to add a logo. So you can add your logo from your site, just upload an image there. This next section says, hey there, friend, or first name, welcome to, and then we need to change this. So again, all of this copy is just inspiration to help you see what you can add to this part of your welcome email. You should absolutely customize it, not just replacing the content in these blocks, but make sure it sounds like you. This sounds like me. Welcome to the Inside the Square family. We're so happy you're here. Like all of that stuff sounds like the way that I would talk. So make sure that you update that for your own business. Now, after that, I'm mentioning the lead magnet that we just sent them. So here I'm going to want to upload an image of it. And this is where I can link to wherever I have it hosted. It might be in Google. Who knows where it is, but that's where I can link to it. Now, scrolling down here, another note, little thing about me, and a little link to my social. This is your first template saying, here is the thing. So you've made the landing page, you've made the checkout, now you're creating your workflow for this first template. We'll say finish, we'll call it done. And this step is so important. Customize your subject and preview text. So here I can say, here is the thing you wanted. And because it's me, we're going to do an emoji. There we go. I like to add preview text to all of my emails, and I strongly recommend that you do as well. You're going to want to add those there. Okay, so we've got our welcome email. Now, the next thing we can do is say, okay, you just got the thing. Let's give them a day. Let's give them a day to process what they got, how excited they are about it. We'll say full 24 hours. We're going to give them a full day. Maybe you want it to be 5 days. You can do that. Maybe 2 days. Update this to anything you want. You can also change this to a certain day of the week. I send out emails on Tuesdays. That's my Tutorial Tuesday update. Thursdays, I send a podcast. So I can say certain day of the week. You can do certain time of day, day of the year, lots of fun stuff there. But right now, we'll say, okay, you got this. Let's give you a day to enjoy that opt-in. Then we're going to check back in. Clicking this plus sign, we're going to add the second email. Again, you'll find all of these inside your guide here on this third page. We've got the nurture email coming up next. This is where we're going to tell people, hey, we've got more to share with you about this content. So back here in Flodesk, I'm going to say email. We're going to create a new one. We'll grab from my favorites, and we've got the second one right here. We'll customize it. And here we go. So again, we're going to want to delete this first block of text and then update this stuff right here. Now here I've said, okay, you signed up for this, and I'm curious to know what you think. Did it help you get your desired outcome? So-and-so was a fan. I love throwing in testimonials in my email to let people know they're not the only ones who are looking for that information or that answer. So I left you a space to do that. Scrolling down here, it's like, hey, here's another thing. You can upload your image with this Canva template right here. And then after that, you can say, here's a concise benefit-focused statement about your second freebie. Just a suggestion, but this is how I love to set up the sales sequence. I say, okay, hope you like the second freebie. Feel free to reply to me. Ask me any questions. I love to open the communication. Again, customizable. Do what you want there. But we've added our second email. All right, now the next thing I want to do is add that sales email, that third email in our sequence. But here is something that so many people skip that is so important. If you've got another tab open, come back to me now. This is an exciting one, okay? Are you ready? What we need to do is we need to add a condition. Doesn't matter if we say yes or no, because there are no steps yes yet. So we're going to just say yes. But this condition is going to say, if a subscriber is in a purchase segment, Remember we created the checkout? Remember we created the segment that says they went through the process and they purchased this thing? Let's say they were so inspired by your opt-in and so inspired by your second email that they went ahead and found the product and they bought it. You don't want to send them a sales email. That would be kind of weird, right? So we need to make sure that we filter out the people who have purchased the item. So we're going to say if a subscriber is in a segment, I've got a bunch of purchase segments in here. So we'll say they purchased the website workbook. Maybe that's what we did for our checkout. They purchased the workbook. And if they did, then the subscribers will just exit the workflow. Maybe you'll throw in another email that says, hey, I'm going to send you over to my weekly email list now, and you'll hear from me on this day. Do whatever you want after that email. But we want to make sure our sales email only goes to people that haven't made a purchase of that product we're about to sell. Okay, so this is where we add that segment, and then we're saying, no, they didn't make a purchase. So let's go ahead and add another email. But I realized I skipped a step. We want a day, one more day between the second opt-in and the sales email. We don't want to send them 2 emails right out of the gate. That's 1 free thing and 1 sales thing. So let's go ahead and click this plus sign. We'll click a time delay. We'll wait 1 more day. All right, here we go. Now let's add this next email. I'm going to click the plus sign here and we'll add an email. I'm going to create a new one and I'll grab it from my favorites. This is it right here. Buy the thing. Let's customize it. Hopping in here, I'm going to delete this option here. I'm going to say, hope you enjoyed the free resources. Do a little bit of future pacing here, explain them how great the product is. Here's the product, ready to check it out. Here's the link to the checkout that we made. Here's some people that loved the thing. The best part, you got this thing. Get the thing. You get the concept, right? This is our main sales email right here. And again, I always love to end it with, if you have questions, reply to this email to let me know. Make sure they know there's another person on the other end of this automation, okay? Cool, so we've got our template here. We'll select finish. And then we'll call this one good to go. Don't forget to update the subject line and preview text too. I'm going to say that again. That's something that I often have to go back through my workflows and make sure I did. That's the dotting your I's and crossing your T's version of setting up a lead magnet workflow here. All right, so we've set up all of the things. We are good to go. We can publish this workflow. Now, I'm not going to hit publish because of that one person who signed up for this while I'm talking about this live. I want to make sure they don't get the email that says delete this block of text. But when you're done, you can hit publish and it's going to say, oh, darn, I hit it. Okay, there we go. It'll say publish now. We do have one last little wall there to stop me from publishing that before I should. Thank goodness. All right, so I'll get this one finished today so you can see that automation so I can send you the freebie that I created for you. But before I do, there's one last thing I forgot to mention. I'm going to hop in here to edit this particular email. And I believe the link right here to the Canva template, let's see if I did that. Nope, it's not there. It must be in your guide. I actually made you a little Canva template that gives you an outline for the offer that you can create for that freebie. So you get your actual freebie image and you can add that to all of the content like this here, your landing page, all that fun stuff. You'll find it in your Flodesk freebie template here, okay? Awesome. All right, that was setting up the email automated sales flow there. We did that. Last thing is creating your thank you automation. Again, this is going to be using the product segment that we made in the checkout, okay? So let's break this down. We just did it, our 4-step process. We made the form. You grab this freebie, and on the very first page here is that lead magnet template. That is going to take you to a page that looks like this that you can use as a template. You're going to update that image, and you're going to update that text. You're going to create a new segment for these people, okay? And then you're going to make your checkout experience. You're going to use one of the templates that they have inside Flodesk, like this workshop one that I'm using here. On this template, you're going to make sure that you set up the advanced section so you've got the URL that's updated for you. And on the product tab, scrolling down here, I think it's on the product tab. Let's see. Where did I put that information? Oh, right. Here we go. So under checkout and delivery, you've got to make sure that you update this content as well. The checkout process is where you can change things like what's going to be in here. This is where I added little notes about what's happening. Then the delivery process, here's how they get the thing. You've got lots of different steps to go through for updating these, but all of this is a template built into Flodesk. So you're good to go. So again, on the setup page, make sure that on the advanced section here, you edit that checkout link. Okay, awesome. I think it's under the contact tab. Here we go. This is where you can add the product segment to make sure that they're going into the right segment so that as soon as they purchase the thing, you can send them the email thanking them for it. That's going to be a workflow. Now here inside Flodesk, we created a workflow for that lead magnet. We said, all right, you filled out the form. Here's the first email. Here's the follow-up email. Did you buy the thing yet? Okay, you didn't. Here's the next email that says, yeah, you should probably buy the thing. And then we're good to go. Then we got to create that thank you automation, exact same process as setting up that workflow for our sales automation. And again, all those free templates, that was the wrong image. That should be updated. All those free templates are in your freebie here, available at insidethesquare.co/Flodesk live. That was a lot of fun. I'm so sorry if I went too fast. I get really excited when I talk about setting up automations like this because it can be a huge time saver. I saw in here Phenomenized wrote inspired, and I appreciate it so much. I'm glad you are. Thank you so much. Your comment just made my day. Thank you. There was definitely a lot of content that we went through, and that's why I love making PDF guides for all of these things. I'm going to go ahead and post the link right here inside the chat to make sure that you can grab that guide that I made for you that has the links to all of the magic. I'll post the full, long, complicated Flodesk guide link there. There we go. All right, it went through. Look at me stumbling over my words. All right, we went through so much stuff today. That was a lot of content, and I truly hope you're inspired by this. I'm really glad that you are. Thank you so much for joining me here for this live presentation. If you have any feedback for me, head on over to insidethesquare.co/feedback. But let me know right now if you have any questions. If there's anything you're wondering if Flodesk can do it, or if you want to see behind the scenes of what I've set up, you are so welcome, Elisa. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here. Awesome. Yeah, any questions at all about the Flodesk setup? Again, we're going to have a landing page in Flodesk. Someone fills that out to get your opt-in. Now, once they get your opt-in offer, what we're going to do is send them an automated email that says, hey, here's the thing. And then after that automated email, they'll get a nurture email saying, hey, you liked the thing. Do you maybe want this instead? Let me scroll up to that screen here. There we go. Then after that, we're going to send them an email that says you should buy the thing. But make pay close attention here and make sure that you unsubscribe people who might have purchased the thing. Okay. And then after that, you're going to send them an email that says, thank you for buying the thing. This is a simple sales funnel. And again, there are plenty of experts out there who focus on email automation and marketing strategies and tactics. And I'm sure you can find lots of advice on the best way to really apply this funnel to your own business. You're going to want to change the language, the terminology. Maybe you need to offer multiple things because you're selling a higher price point product. Maybe you don't need that second email. Maybe you can jump right into, you like the offer, get the thing. It's going to be different for every business. But I hope that you found this inspiring and helpful for your specific business model. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. And thank you for joining me today, too. I really am happy that you're here. Awesome. I almost forgot to mention, too, I'm going to pop this into the chat really quick. Speaking about where you host your product, where that, or the opt-in offer, the freebie that you're sending to someone, that digital file needs to live somewhere, right? So I host almost all of my opt-ins on my Google Drive because I can share the URL to the PDF. I actually talked about this in today's episode of my podcast. I published a brand new episode this morning, and it's about secure content sharing. So if you have an opt-in offer and you're ready to set up the simple sales funnel, but you're not sure where to host it, check out that podcast episode. There's a lot of good information in there for you. And make sure you head on over to, click the URL here. I've added this in the comments. Head on over there to grab that template guide so you can get started making your landing page and playing around with those email templates. Now, I will say those email templates are ones that I designed based off of my own business, but there are some beautiful templates there inside Flodesk. So please explore some of the templates that are created. There's definitely a lot of fun stuff in there. So definitely check that out. I was really inspired by a lot of the beautiful templates. I would like to add inside Flodesk, let me go and share my screen here. This is an important thing that I think anyone using the program should know. I'm going to hop here into edit mode so we can take a look at this email. In this particular content block right here, whatever text I type in here for the product offer or name, that won't translate to text for anyone who's using a screen reader to read their emails to them. So what you need to do for any content block that's a really pretty block, if it's not a text block like this, if it's a content block that's really pretty like this, hop into accessibility and add a concise description of what that's an image of. Add the title there, add a description of it. This way, anyone who's using a screen reader to access your emails will be able to understand what that content is. So here inside Flodesk, I'll click this plus sign so we can see when you're working with one of these layouts, make sure that you definitely click into the layout, select the block option, and under accessibility, describe what it is. Now, if you click this plus sign and you're just adding text, you're fine. This will be picked up by a screen reader. This is read as text, and you've got a lot of different font options and stuff in here to play around with, so you can still make it look really good. But if you use one of these layouts, again, hop into accessibility and describe what it is so people using a screen reader can understand what the content of your email is trying to convey, okay? Super important for accessibility. Awesome. Oh, fantastic. It's okay that you're late. You can check out the replay. It's going to be awesome. I went through so much stuff too fast. I really need to pay more attention to my slow down post-it note that's on my monitor. I just get so excited about this stuff. Awesome. Any other questions about this simple sales funnel or getting started with Flodesk? I almost forgot to. If you have not even tried Flodesk, I'm going to type a URL right here into the chat. There we go. InsideTheSquare.co/Flodesk. That's my affiliate URL. You can sign up for that. And I believe it's, I want to say half off your first year using Flodesk. Let me double check that before I proclaim that one to the world, because I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Let's see. Fingers crossed. See, there we go. Yep. Okay. Awesome. That can get you started with Flodesk. That is my affiliate link. So if you fall in love with them like I have and you sign up, I may get a commission if you sign up for them using that particular link. So thank you for sending them my way, or you know how that works. You're picking up what I'm putting down. There's my affiliate link for it if you want to try Flodesk. If you haven't given it a try and you like the usability that you just saw in this particular workshop. Man, we went through so much content. I really hope you enjoyed it. Definitely some inspiring stuff. Be sure to check out the guide that I made for you. Again, you're going to find all of those templates linked inside there. In this freebie, we've got the landing page template, and we've got the email templates, and I've also got a Canva template for you as well. I'll make sure to pop all of that in the workflow that I'm going to create after this workshop so I can send it over to you. All right, a link for that is also inside the chat, but I'll add it to the description of this video. I'm afraid I'm going to hit the point of rambling. Should we call it? Are we done? No more questions are coming through. I think we're going to call it done. If you have a question after watching this replay, email me at any time. Either comment underneath this video or send an email to hello@insidethesquare.co. I've got plenty of awesome resources to send you that can help you set up Flodesk for your business, and I would love to encourage you to really give it a try. I think it's an amazing program, and I love using it for Inside the Square, so I'd be happy to help. Again, comment below if you have any questions watching this replay, or feel free to send me an email anytime. hello@insidethesquare.co. We're going to call it a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. And this was pretty fun with StreamYard. I'm going to have to do a few more live streams before the end of the month because I really enjoyed this. I think we'll have to go through this again. If you have an idea for an upcoming workshop, do please let me know. And feel free to send me any feedback. I'm always open to it. Head on over to insidethesquare.co/feedback. I got a little form there so you can let me know what you think of these workshops, and feel free to suggest anything in the future. If there's another program or feature you want to know about, let me know and I'll try to throw a workshop together for you. All right. Awesome. Thanks again for joining me. And most importantly, have fun with your website. Bye for now.